this week, I've been focusing on, or my intention has been to sort of keep some of the loose line and layers at the beginning, not to cover them so much with collage when it seems that using collage to veil something that needs to go is a good solution. But I'm trying to avoid that sort of as a default and coming up with a more loose, expressive page. So I discovered some wonderful transparent collage from, I'm in Canada, so it's the Tim Hortons donut bags. I was just about to throw them away. And right now they have the support local charities cookie design on them. But I discovered that there was enough empty space and maybe partial letters, or I won't say smile, but an S or something. So that's what I've been using on these collages here. My 10-minute daily practice. And when sometimes I miss, because I've been, you know how life gets busy, I really like to sit down and do a few pages or so, one after the other, when I have time. So this is day 58. I came back to it and decided it needed a more expressive line, but I think it's too loud. So I'm going to use some neutral and just to quiet it down a bit. I'm going to use a larger color shaper. Use the same blue here. Overlap. And that feels better. But if it still doesn't feel better, I can come in with another piece of collage later on. So, scoring through some of that. And then I dry it before I show you the rest of my pages. I also sometimes use a piece of just plain unmarked deli wrap, tissue paper, whatever I have on hand, and I just cover it. And I like to use a more fluid gloss medium or a medium that can be spread easily over the area with my color shaper. It will quiet it down, but it's very transparent. But you sense something is there. So I'm happy with the quiet of that, but it just needs something else. I might want to bring in more of the blue or go more neutral. And this is how I like to use, which I refer to as intuitive placement. I think this does work. And it might even work just with collage. Just with the text. But we'll use that side. So your 10-minute, my 100-day project, which is a 10-minute daily art practice, which I do even when I'm not doing the 100-day project, I find this 100-day project just keeps me more accountable, and when can I not have 10 minutes during the day? So I really like it for that. So this is now day 59. There is a piece of transparent collage over this, which I sense is there, as long as you can see. See, this is a stronger black, this is softer, and I'm leaving more negative space. Day 60, and I chose to use the dark blue instead of black, which I like. Keeping more layers translucent, just so more of the early layers can still peek through. So now I'm going to do day 61, and using the same sort of process or ideas, and let's see what happens. I sense this one will be done much more quickly. It's just in the way things are going. And I really like this. I like to change it up. And even if it's, I don't feel I need to do the same for the whole 100 days. I'm really liking this. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a medium on so that the water-soluble graphite and the pencil will stay intact. It won't get all smudgy. I love this aqua blue. I want the layer to be very translucent. And I'm going to overlap it with that a bit. I'm going to move to my larger color shapers for a more smoother removal or layering. There we go. So you could also spritz it with a little water. Change the angle. So this is really interesting. So what it needs next is what I'm following is a neutral, but again in a different size. Oh, remove too much. Okay. I want to echo the energy of those lines. See, if I added these circles, that's just another element, so it's too much. Maybe. I want to leave some of that, so I'm going to go and put it here. Oh, up here, maybe. Let's put some dark blue down here first. So I like the scratchy texture of this. It's not blue. I'm going to use this very transparent piece. Perfect. Isn't it interesting how there it is. Okay. So I'm going to use the fluid medium again. And that was the white crayon made some resist. So I might get something that, or use a resist, or maybe a different brand of crayon that would just show a bit more. I really like that. This is tissue paper with a ghost print of a stencil of organic circles. And what would even work better if it was lighter. So the value is 1 up from lighter than even this. But this is just a good indication. Okay. Now, I might just leave it. Here's some texture here. I don't want to cover those marks. I want all of that to become a shape from a negative space. So I'm just going to change this slightly. But you can still see the marks. Okay. Like I said, this one is definitely the most simple. Aha. One last little piece. A piece of sgraffito collage right here. And a very simple page. And that was 10 minutes. So if you're interested in starting or keeping up with a 10-minute daily practice, start or join the 100-Day Project. And I have all the previous weeks from 1 to 7, including this week, on my channel, and also last year's. So this is my second year in the 100-Day Project, and it also is a great way to start a 10-minute daily art practice for warm-ups and mostly for staying connected to your art. So links are in the comment section below this video, and I hope to see you on my YouTube channel or join my email list. And if you're interested even further, I have a 5-day free course that gets you started with intuitive layers. So hope to see you on the other side.